Hi, this is Paige again. It's October 7th, 2011, and it's just about 11:30 at night. It's a Friday night. I thought I would talk about my week. It was sort of interesting in terms of my transition because I'm in a field that is a professional field, but my expertise is in a field which most people would refer to as a blue-collar job. It is not really a blue-collar job. I work in the mining field, and every so often I have to spend a lot of time at the mines, and which I truly enjoy. I enjoy interfacing with the miners. I think they're wonderful people, and so I had to go to a mine this week for 2 whole days, and I'm actually going again next week, and the week after I'll be going to different mines and dealing with people. So it's very enjoyable. But in terms of my transition, of course, I have to work as a man still. I haven't transitioned on the job yet, which I will when it's appropriate. But in terms of my transition, I'm in just about the end of 5 months of hormone replacement therapy. And when I started making videos here just last month, I told how the physical changes weren't as apparent as the emotional changes, and the emotional changes were more obvious to me because I felt them all the time. And just in this additional month, I've gotten more used to my new chemistry, if you want to put it that way. It's nothing's changed, nothing's regressed. I've just gotten more used to being myself. I shouldn't say nothing's changed, nothing's regressed. I've gotten more used to being myself, and I've noticed on this trip this week to the mines that my feminine side is coming out more and more, and it's interesting because when I started dressing about 3 years ago, I was in the same field, and I started doing my nails under my clothes, and wearing a necklace under my clothes, and panties and things of that nature, and my ears were pierced. And when I was in the office by myself, and interfacing in the office where things were sort of routine and more mundane, I was always aware of the fact that I was acting a male role, just as I had for many, many, many years. But it was harder for me because I knew what I was doing. It wasn't more of a challenge. Maybe it was just more of a burden because I knew it wasn't really me. But still, for the most of those first 3 years, when I went to the mines, or when I was at a trade association meeting, or at something like a conference, or when I ran into somebody I'd known in the industry for many years, and we talked about it, the burden dropped because my professional side took over. And my professional side was me as a man, and I love the work, and I love the mining, and I love the miners, and so that wasn't a burden. When I was engaged in that kind of communication, I wasn't aware of the fact, I wasn't conscious of the fact that I was impersonating a man. But this trip to the mine, I spent a lot of time talking to rank and file miners, not just the management people. There were a series of interviews. I talked to both rank and file and management, but there was so often during those conversations when I would relax for a moment and the girl would appear across the table from this guy who's sitting there with his coal dust all over his face. He dropped his tool belt when he walked into the room to talk to me and that kind of thing. And I realized that you don't know it, but you're sitting across from a woman. And I didn't flirt with him or I didn't act any different, but the estrogen is affecting me still, and I just enjoy it. It's nice. I have some hardness beneath my nipples now, unlike a month ago when they were just starting to be sore. So I'm encouraged by that. I keep looking down and trying to think if the profile, the slope has changed any yet, and I can't tell. I want it to change so much that I'd probably fooling myself. But anyway, it was fun. It is fun to be myself, and it was fun to be able to realize that the girl is getting stronger and that she's becoming more comfortable showing herself, really. I now know when I start getting more feminine around the office, or I no longer make an effort to hide the fact that I feel feminine. I no longer consciously try to have a male's body's posture and things like that. So it's all very interesting and a lot of fun. And tonight I went to the Gender Identity Center to the monthly meeting. I am very busy at work, so I was late. The business part of the meeting was over, and we were into the program part of the meeting where they discussed skincare. And the wife of one of the girls Diana, and I'm not sure the wife's name. I think it may be, I have her card. Who's in the business, gave a presentation about skincare and gave us some off-the-shelf names, good off-the-shelf products, and suggested a skincare regime, and that it would benefit us greatly. And it was a very informative meeting, and I was probably the only girl there who's in transition. I can't say that for sure, but that was the impression I got. I don't know a lot of the girls well. Some girls that are married and come with their spouses, and there are a few older girls who, when I say older, I mean older than myself, who have transitioned, and there are some girls there who I know are not going to transition, that may fit more into the cross-dresser category, even though they are clearly transgender to some extent. And some of them act like men still, but I guess that's because they are men, in terms of their body chemistry and stuff. I can't emphasize how much being on estrogen and the hormone replacement therapy has helped me feel like myself, and giving me a better understanding of what it means to be feminine. It's in one of my profiles, one of my videos, I talked about my job being very competitive, and it is. But I know that the fact that my testosterone levels are way down, and the fact that my estrogen levels must be way up, does not impede my effectiveness in what I do. I can still compete without being personally competitive. I can still do what I need to do for my clients. And it's interesting. When I started transitioning, I knew I wanted to live as a woman, but I didn't really know how good it could be. Okay? So, I'm here. It's Friday night. I'm going to have to work all day tomorrow at home. Oh, actually, I'm going to get some waxings done and my toes done tomorrow morning, first thing, and then I'll come back and I have to work. I'll probably go out tomorrow night, probably to the Black Crown, and then I have watched football with a wonderful guy on Sunday, and then next week I'm off to Wyoming for visit another mine and do some of my work, and I'm excited about that. I like getting away from the office. It's good for me. So I will let you know how that turns out. It should be fun. I'm lucky I get to deal on this coming trip with a lot of women who won't know they're dealing with another woman. But anyway, so if anyone has some comments or suggestions about things I should talk about, I love to talk about myself, and I'm actually making these videos for myself because I find that they're very helpful for me to watch myself as a woman. It's the way I gain confidence. But if anybody has some comments or suggestions of something I could talk about, please let me know. I'll be happy to talk about it if I'm comfortable talking about it. I've been thinking about some topics, and I'll see what I can do on that line. I'm going to be very busy for the next 3 weeks, but and I have my doctor's appointment for my hormone replacement therapy at the beginning of November, so I will definitely keep you updated about that. And everybody be careful and stay pretty, okay? Bye-bye.